That last play stopped after a very short gain, but I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And bulldozing his way, accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenyon Drake, 76 yards. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Already 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. From the 27, Foles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
I'm watching the replay. Wait a minute. I might have to call a challenge on this play here. 84. Let's see here. I'm going to zoom in. Here. No way. No way. What?
How did he do that? How did he do it? I mean, in this type of weather, it's not just catching it, it's seeing it coming towards it. Maybe that's why he ended up having to go one-handed, but boy, what a catch.
That was a spectacular one-handed grab.
52.
Now Leonard Fournette. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They're going to look to throw. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. William Hayes, the pride of Winston-Salem State, coming in to drop him.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. And now let's talk about Kenyon Drake. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it.
Let's go,
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to make...
He's got the lane, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Mike Gesicki, 61 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Sanders on for the extra point.
Might work.
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it.
Run! Whoa!
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They've got this big lead. They said, forget one. We want two. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable that they even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to clown them a little bit.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. The open man is Westbrook. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Foles now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Now Fournette. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially
Oh, crap.
in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to it.
There he goes left side. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Sanders now to add the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. This will be fielded at the 8. And an alley to run. The 40. He's at the 30. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. That a 92-yard kick return. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 24. So he fielded the kick at the 8 and never looked back. A great return all the way to the end zone. 92 yards all told. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go now. 18 Gator. Pick it up.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going deep here for Stills.
Oh.
And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Wilson now in his 2nd season in Miami. First 4 years were in Kansas City. He's always been a solid complementary receiver, but Miami really hoping he can take the next step in his development, be more of a go-to guy now at 27 years of age. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They can't stop us, baby.
And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get.
And he's going to go down again. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jakeem Grant, 77 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
I'm going to send through this game here.
Charles, it's one thing to
Thank
win.
you.
It's another thing to win and
Watch it.
put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking.